This is your weekly social dose. It might be a little hard to swallow, so we recommend taking it with water.
Hey, Dallas J. Moore here with your weekly social dose, Social Republic. I'm here with Jerry Pierce. We're outside the mall. Jerry is a guy I met years and years ago. He's a very interesting, intelligent man, and so we decided to do an interview with him because he's one of the interesting things in Ames, and I find a lot of value in it. So, Jerry, tell me a little bit about your background, and I know you've done a lot of education. Can you kind of expand on that for the readers and the watchers here?
Well, I went to Iowa State University and got my degree. I took physics and science and English and Russian and French and did a lot of things. Had more hours than I probably needed to graduate. And then I became a school teacher and taught at Roland-Story for 33 years. And in 1999, I was named, or 1995, I'm sorry, I was named the Iowa Teacher of the Year. And then I traveled the state of Iowa as the Iowa Ambassador for Education the following year. And then when I came back to my school district, they told me I had to teach a new class. And I said, no, I'm supposed to get my old job back. No, you're going to teach a new class. And I said, what am I supposed to teach? And they literally said, anything you want to. So I had a class that every 8th grader had to take, and I was allowed to teach them anything I wanted to. So I looked at our K-12 curriculum, found gaps in different subjects, decided to teach those things, did some math the college math professors couldn't explain because I asked them to do it, and because they said I could teach anything I wanted to, all my students had to learn to speak some Russian.
So, and you've kind of got a little bit of life's work that you've done kind of all across the country and all across the world, kind of with your clue. Do you want to kind of expand on that a little bit? Because that's definitely something that sets you apart from the regular, average Iowa and Ames resident.
Okay, well, the reason I do the clue thing is because I taught Greek mythology for 33 years to my 8th graders, and I didn't learn about the story of the clue until my last year of teaching. And so my last class, I gave them all a ball of thread so they could go in the world and not be called clueless. And I felt sorry for the other 32 years of kids that got by without getting their clue because they went in the world. So I've been doing the clue thing ever since.
And how many people have you clued in, as you call it?
Probably 10,000 people in Ames, Iowa. I've done this to people in Russia, the Czech Republic, the Ukraine, Brazil, Colombia, all across the United States, Guam and Taiwan. And when Patty Jiske was here, she asked me about it and thought it was such a hoot. She asked me to do women in science programs at the university, which I did. And I don't know, I'm not your normal teacher.
So we talked a little bit about the clue, and that kind of makes you set apart. Tell me a little bit about the people that you've clued in as you run into them. You were just sharing a story with me just before we started filming. What's the repercussions, if you will, of people who have been clued in?
Well, I can't go anywhere in Ames, Iowa without these. Because there's so many people that know me, they will ask me where I'm, and I don't talk about the clues to anybody unless they ask me why I have this. And when they ask me, I tell them the story, and I ask them, do you know what the ball of thread was called that Theseus unwound when he went in the maze to kill the Minotaur, so he could follow it out of the maze? Because that ball of thread has a name. And I haven't heard anybody that do this ahead of time. So I say to them, you don't have a clue about what that was called? You're going to admit you're clueless about this? I suppose you'd like me to give you a clue, but I've been standing here giving you clues, and I've told you the answer 3 times already. Sometimes I have to do that. You still don't have a clue? I suppose you'd like me to give you a clue, but I've been standing here giving you clues. Now I've told you the answer 6 times. Sometimes I have to get up to 9 times before they get it. But the original word in the English language that sounded like that is not the word most people know. The original word was named for that ball of thread, and it was called a clue, but it was spelled C-L-E-W. Because he didn't know how he was going to get out of the maze until Ariadne gave him a C-L-E-W, then he could unwind it into the maze, kill the Minotaur, follow it out of the maze, and that's how the word C-L-U-E came in the language, meaning a hint on how to solve the problem. And then the funny thing was, a few years after I started doing that, there was a Fraz cartoon in the paper, and it asked this lady, I can't remember what it was asked, but she said, I haven't a clue, spelled C-L-E-W. As soon as I saw that, I emailed the cartoonist, got permission to use the cartoon. I then sent him his favorite color spool of thread. He then sent me the original drawing of the cartoon, which is hanging on the wall in my living room. So now when I hand out clues, I give them that card with my story on it on the front, and then I have that cartoon on the back, and then usually if I have time I'll write their name for them in Russian. And just so you know, your name sounds exactly the same in Russian as it does in English.
Well, this is Jerry Pierce, and we're here with our weekly social dose again. So if you're in Ames or you're a resident of Ames, if you don't know Jerry, watch for him. He will make sure that you are clued in. Thanks for watching.